joined with George Peter Gatzis and Denali, and
Yes.
Risey, we don't know where he is. That's all I can say.
Rice is missing in action.
He's drunk
Yes.
on the floor.
He's on the border of Cambodia fighting the Viet Cong on a bridge somewhere.
Yes.
So this episode it wasn't bad, but there was some
Oh.
unexpected things on here. So at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning here, we got I'm getting kind of burnt out with Mother's Milk and this whole thing where he's just always crying, man, just all the time. Are you guys getting tired of this with Mother's Milk and this whole thing?
I mean, Mother's
I don't
Milk in
know.
the comics was more badass than this, but you know what? He's Mother's Milk. He needs his mommy's milk.
It's just like getting tiresome. We're like three seasons of this now, and they're just going in circles. Like he gets butt hurt because Butcher does something that he doesn't like, and then he goes away, and then he gets mad and comes back, and then Butcher does something. It's like Walking Dead, where all the people get split up, and then they come back together. They're just doing that same bit over and over.
Well, it's called toxic relationship. If you want to look at it in that angle, Mother's Milk is trying to break up with Butch, but he is like, baby, you want some of this Butch right here. You keep me straight and arrow, and you save me from the team because that's the type of person you are. And you'll take my little front full.
Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
So
Yes.
this
I had to make it a gay
no,
analogy.
I was that was perfect. So
Yeah.
now we're seeing the aftermath of Homelander taking over the whole thing here, and this
And,
Karen is warning him that we're losing profits and all this, and I'm thinking, oh, this bitch is toast, but the redhead saved her.
yeah, it's like, get out. Get out now.
My God, does Homelander get offended so easily now? Like the first two seasons, like he wasn't like this, but I mean, it does make it funnier in a way that he's so sensitive all of a sudden. Like it does make it funnier, I guess. I mean, he's just that lady just said that she was just trying to like be normal with the business, and he's like, "How
Yeah.
dare you?" and all this,
Yeah.
and this stupid
He's
lady.
what's kind of funny? This show is actually making me like this character and this actress because I
I
saw
find
her
her
in
funny
Jessica Jones.
mostly.
Joe Hargrave, you watched Jessica Jones, right?
Yeah, I know she was on there, but I
And
mean,
I
that was
hated and I hated her guts in Jessica
wasn't
Jones.
she the
But
sister or something? I can't remember what she was
yeah,
on there.
yeah, she was the sister of that one guy who was lovey-dovey with Jessica Jones, and Jessica Jones gets the brother killed, and then she starts a support group who hates on Jessica Jones. And basically, in this one, I actually like her because she has agency. She's a leader. She's moving up to places.
What I like about her is it makes me laugh, like how it doesn't
Uh-huh.
matter like what the situation is, like she realizes that she has to adapt on the fly or she'll die. Like I just like that whole thing where she's like she'll come in all positive going, "Oh, look at this. Our stats are up," and all this crap, and he's like, "I'm trying to jerk off here," and all this, and she's like, "Oh, okay," and she's like having to deal with all that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm
Uh,
trying to give you good news here and you're beating off.
exactly. Well, at least Homelander's not drinking, mother's milk.
Oh god. So for some idiotic reason,
Uh huh.
Homelander puts this guy in charge of their I guess VOTS like intelligence
The
thing or
deep.
whatever.
Yeah, the deep. We learn how deep that guy is. He's like, if you were octopus or an aquatic animal, I'll keep you just to fuck you. But since you're not, I'll just fuck you by firing you.
Sure, let's go with that.
because my wife told me so.
So we have this whole simping thing going on here again with these two, and he's gonna confess to her about, oh, I took the thing and all this, and she's wanting to know what the weapon is, and he just tells her there wasn't one, and then later on she finds out it's not true, and then he does this whole thing here about, oh, we should be open and not lie to each other and all this, and
But you're totally lying the whole time.
yeah, that was just, well, okay, now this was very unexpected, this whole thing here. I was not expecting this to go down like this, man. I mean, these
You
are
know,
the least two people in the world that you would ever think would hook up here.
well, here's a question: wasn't she a lesbian?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, what is she doing? I thought she was a lesbian because wasn't she mad at the last season with that lady or something that
Yeah, and her girlfriend is in the hospital, as I understood it.
yeah, it was something
Well,
like that.
I don't think she's a lesbian. I think she's an opportunist.
Well, she must be bi because that she can't be a lesbian and be with Butcher and all this, so she's bisexual, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm wondering how that's gonna. I'm wondering if that's why Homelander is mad later on.
It's like you fucked William, and you're gonna try to fuck me, and I want to enjoy it.
Okay, this
Or not.
I'm glad that she's still alive. I would have been pissed off if they killed her off because I do like Kamiko. She's pretty cool and everything, but I'm not sure where they're going exactly with this. I'm hoping her powers come back later, or maybe she has to take the compound thing. Like maybe that's what they're doing. They're making it that everybody's a temporary hero now. I guess I don't know.
Well, what they're trying to do is Kimiko didn't want the power because it was forced on her, so she never had the choice. And basically, this whole season, she wanted to escape and not have powers because she didn't want to feel like a weapon. Now she, because of Soldier Boy, she doesn't have her powers, so she's able to feel normal like she was before. Her brother died and everything.
He's trying to troll Mary Mayhem, but she's not here. I know what he's doing.
Mm,
This is Matt G. I know him pretty well with Mary Mayhem and all that.
I see. I see.
So this was okay till well, I guess that's later on. Then we'll just keep going here. Oh,
Yep.
this part. Okay, this part reminded me of Finatra here. This part was hilarious. So she's confronting him, and she's like, Why in the hell are you so like obsessed with trying to get Homelander and to like you and all this when they hate your fucking guts?" And then he's just like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about," and all this, and he just walks off. This is a good subplot with this guy here, man. I like what
Yeah.
happens with this guy. Blue Hawk, is that his name?
Yeah.
So this guy, A Train's mad at this guy because this guy is beating people up in the hood or whatever, and it's
Well,
mostly. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. It's specifically just black people.
Yeah, and A Train is upset about it. So the PR lady's like, "Oh, well, we're gonna have you go down to this thing and apologize and all this." So
Oh my god, that's the funniest.
yeah, that scene is funniest. So here's Soldier Boy back in town, and he's not liking how things have turned out. I can't say I blame him. Let's just say he's not happy with alternative lifestyle and other things going down the street here. And then he gets triggered or something here.
Yeah.
He gets triggered because this van is playing like Russian music or something.
The same Russian music that when he was tortured.
Yeah,
Coincidentally enough,
and then he just like blows up this whole thing.
he got triggered.
So Homelander finds out about it, and the PR lady is like, "Oh, we got this big crisis. This guy's just going around killing people and all this." And Homelander's like, "Okay, put me on talk shows and all this stuff." And Starlight's like, "What the hell are you talking about? We need to kill this guy." Homelander's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really? You think?" I'm curious to see what's going to happen if Homelander and Soldier Boy get in a fight, because if it takes their power or whatever, that's going to be quite interesting. If they all show up there, I'm wondering if he sucks all of their power and it puts everybody
Hmm.
on a level playing field.
That
You
would be
mean you mean
nice.
they just sit around and slap each other?
Yeah.
All right, so here comes the funniest part of this episode. So this guy is forced to apologize because they think he's over policing the neighborhood and all this.
Hmm.
And these people start screaming at him, going, "Black Lives Matter," and all this stuff. And he gets triggered. And all this huge fight breaks out, and he's just like
Yeah.
punching them, and it just goes horribly wrong, man. So, what do you think's gonna happen with this guy next episode? You think A Train's gonna fight him or something?
He's gonna blow up.
Wouldn't surprise me. So, Butcher and them go to this guy's house, the Legend. I think he was on the other season, but I don't remember exactly. I forget who this guy is, honestly.
That's
I don't.
Paul. That's Paul Reiser.
Yeah, I
From
know the
Millions.
actor, but I mean his role or whatever on here.
Um,
Was he
he
the, was he the dad or something? I can't remember.
no, he was he used to be VP of Vox before the chick that got blown her head blown and was giving what's his name Homelander her titty milks.
No, okay.
And
So they go to him to get information about Soldier Boy, and he confesses that he was there, and a bunch of other crazy stuff like Catherine Zeta-Jones was screwing what's her face from that movie, and just a bunch of weird shit. So let's see.
yeah, well that's why he was trying to be a legend. He was saying he was a player.
So Homelander starts a pissing match with Maeve, just for giggles, I guess, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure, she gets kidnapped or something here. So I don't know what's gonna how she's gonna end up here, but I think
Sad.
she could take Black Noir, couldn't she? I mean, does
Um,
Black
Well,
Noir actually
well,
have like superpowers?
well, depends. Black Noir has the same powers as Homelander.
yeah,
He does?
yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't seem like it.
Black Noir is a clone of Homelander.
yeah.
How can he be a clone? He's a black guy.
Well, they just changed the pigment.
I think you're trolling, George.
No, in the comics, spoilers alerts. In the comic, Black Noir was a clone of Homelander,
Hmm.
and he was used as backup in case Homelander ever went crazy for them to kill him. And Black Noir was actually the one who actually killed Butcher's wife by impregnating her, raping her and impregnating her with his child.
So she fucks with him, and then he gets mad, and then Black Noir comes in, and it looks like he puts a bag over her head or some shit. And she's just disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, this whole thing annoyed me. This stupid musical thing with them. Like I don't know why this was in here. It was just I just fast forwarded through it. I don't know. I just don't know why they had that in there. That this whole thing is just
Because the that was with the stepfather, right?
The
Before,
stepfather.
where you were showing the old television show.
Oh, that's Wizard of Oz, I thought, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that was Kimiko trying to enjoy life as a normal person.
I don't know if I'd call this normal here, but
As normal as one could be.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess she was on morphine and stuff, so this is like her hallucinating or whatever.
Yeah, she's no longer in Kansas.
So this part, I cannot stand Seth Rogen, man. He's just the only regret I have about this scene is I wish that Seth Rogen was in the house there with her. I
Uh,
just
yeah,
do you guys like Seth Rogen? I just cannot stand him.
he was fine in the beginning, but now I just ignore him.
He does the same shtick wherever he goes. He's just a raunchy sex addict. It's like, it's like, dude, find a role that doesn't perpetuate the stereotypical bullshit that you thrive on. Actually, get a decent role, or say yes to a decent role.
Well, yeah, it's like his whole bit is I'm this stoner guy and I'm funny because I'm a stoner. Woo, it's like
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
funny. It's just him being a stoner. I mean, he was on Curb Your Enthusiasm last season, and he wasn't funny on there either. He was just playing some pissed off director, and the guy was trying to get him to make that Young Larry show or whatever, and Seth Rogen wouldn't do it. And I was
No,
like, it's just not funny to me. So Butcher and them show up there, and they tell her that Soldier Boy's alive and he's coming here and we're gonna wait for him and all this and
And she's like, "What?
yeah,
Why? You gotta let me go."
yeah. And then Huey and Starlight get into it again and then he shows her that he took the thing again and she's all butthurt and upset and
Which is different from the comics because Huey was pissed off that he got the powers from Butcher and it was permanent, not temporary like this. But go ahead.
yeah. So I can't believe he did this to Mother's Milk. What
Roofie.
did he give him? Ecstasy or something? He gave him
No, a
something.
roofie.
Oh, roofie. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a reverse Bill Cosby.
That's one way to put it. And he just like gets knocked out, man. He's just I don't know, man. I felt kind of bad for him. I was like, wow, you get this guy over here and you do this to him. So Soldier Boy shows up and he's like, why didn't you save me? Like, what the hell and all this? And then she just
Yeah.
turns into a total bitch, man. She's just like, oh, I hated you. We all hated you, and you're a piece of shit, and all this. And then he just blows up the entire cabin thing she's living in or whatever, and she's just a burnt corpse. And that's pretty much the episode. That's basically all that happened on there.
Yep.
It was an okay episode. I could have done without that musical bullshit, though. That was my only real complaint. I didn't care for that bullshit.
yeah, that was like it taking you right out of the story, man.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about this week's Orville. This will be George's 25th review of it.
George, make us proud.
This review,
Okay.
this episode was, I think, probably their funniest episode. I really liked this one. That one last week was just it sucked. It was really bad, but
Yeah, no, this episode was really good. It's all the vignettes in the story were well executed. The punchlines to each vignette was well executed. The big bad in this story is a great setup to the introduction to the big bad in this story, and that was amazing because they used previous characters from the last season. So everything in here was well put together. Story was well written. You weren't sure where it was going. Even when you knew it was going in that particular direction, you didn't know what the ending was. So lots of great things to watch in this.
The
The
thing,
subtle
the,
the subtleties in the storytelling was great. There's a lot of visual gags where they pulled from many different horror films and teen movies where there's a bully and all that stuff. And they put their own Orville twist on it, and everything in here uh, really well executed.
the funniest thing on here, and I'm gonna clip this soon. That clip where Bartos, they're in this kitchen thing with these high school kids,
The
and he
cafeteria.
goes,
They're in the cafeteria.
the cafeteria, and he goes up to them and he says, "May I sit here?" They're like, "No, you can't sit with us. You're a freak or something." And then he gets mad and he he tells the kids, he's all, "I will take this table by force if I have to."
No, he said. No, he said I could have took this table by force.
Yeah. And those girls are just looking at him like, "Oh yeah, we'll just go talk to the principal and all this." And yeah, so
Yeah,
they're going through all these scenarios, and they eventually figure out that it's this gal, or they're like Q, I guess, in Star Trek. That's how Orville Nation described it, where they're just testing them or whatever, and the captain guy.
it's basically the big bad in this is the Orwell Nation's version of Q.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it looks like a Tron person. It looked like they're in Tron.
Yeah,
And they're like, "Oh, we just wanted to mess with you and see you experience what it's like to die or whatever, and or be close to death and all this." And
yeah.
it's like, really, you why would you do this to us or whatever? And then she's like, "Oh, well, we're immortals and we're bored and we just want to see what death is like since we don't have it now and all this." And that was a pretty good episode, I have to say. There's a lot of laughs on that.
Yeah,
you know,
I really like the bully. Uh,
oh man,
the bully was
that
great.
was really good too. They're like that big thing is chasing them on the football field or whatever. "I want to speak to Randy." "Well, here he is." Randy, that's a joke in itself with you know who. Oh man, I wish they had sent the robot down there just for extra laughs. Because imagine if they kept testing the robot and the robot they were getting angry because the robot wasn't responding or whatever. That would have been a good gag if they had done that. They never bring the robot down, I noticed. Like I can't even think of one episode where the robot went down anywhere. It's like they just keep him in engineering hidden away all the time. And his only people he talks to is the doctor lady. So overall, I mean, I like the whole episode. What do you think, Denal? Did you like the whole episode? Or
Yeah, it was pretty good.
all right, we've beaten this to death, so move on. This is a pretty intense video here.
Where are you, dude? Who are you?
I don't know
Thanks,
why
I just
this
been
guy
attacked. I
pulled
just
up
shots
here and
fired.
did
Shots
this.
fired.
It's very weird. I don't know what this
Don't
guy was
move.
thinking.
All right, you can take a picture and send it to me.
Where are you, dude? Who are you?
What the hell was this guy thinking?
Thanks, I just been attacked. I just shots fired. Shots fired.
So did the guy actually die, or was he, not dead?
So basically, he pulls up to hatchet the police officer, right?
Yeah,
And then he has to stop um, because his car was he didn't put in a parking, so he has to close the door, put it in park, and then try to come out again, and that gave enough time for the policeman to shoot him.
Yeah, and then you run at him with an axe. Like I don't know what this guy seems like he was trying to imitate GTA or something. I don't know what this guy was trying to do here. It's very weird, man. I don't know if this guy's alive or not, but all the people in the comments are just, oh, why'd you have to shoot him so many times? Ooh, it's like really, the guy's coming at you with an axe. What did you think he was gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean, if anything, he didn't shoot him enough. And everybody else was like, oh, well, he could have shot the guy in the leg, and he could have done this and that. I'm like, you gotta think fast here with this shit, man.
yeah,
And then the other people were like, oh, why didn't he tase them? He could have tased. Dude, he would have had to grab that too and do all this. It's just the guy pulls up and just tries to zerg him like this. I don't know if this guy's dead or not. I hope he's dead. I mean, geez, you're gonna zerg a cop like this?
mm-hmm. It's crazy, Mark. Crazy.
So I don't know why this happened here, or what this fight was about. But
Get down! Put your fucking hands up, pussy. Put your fucking hands up, pussy. Get down. Put your fucking hands up, pussy. Put the fucking gun down and scrap like a man, bitch. Scrap like a man, bitch. Put
You
your
gotta throw down.
motherfucker, I'm gonna think like a. Ow! Ow!
Where did he shoot him?
he shot him in the chest. It looks like in the heart area. That's what it looks like he shot him at. It was pretty much in the chest.
Okay, replay this. Let's dissect this.
All right.
Get down! Put your fucking hands up, pussy.
I think you can fast forward it where he puts
Get down. Put your fucking hands up, pussy. Put the fucking gun down and scrap like a man, bitch.
No.
Scrap like a man, bitch.
Hell no.
Put your motherfucker, I'm gonna think like a.
right there
Yeah. It looks like it's in the
gut.
chest or shoulder area.
Yeah,
Can you go back by frame? Can you do like a frame move? Like move. Okay.
Okay, there's where he shoots him.
yeah,
It looks like it's just below the neck.
yeah.
That angle, that gunfire, it looks like he shot him just below the neck, above the heart area.
Yeah. But I want to record this guy screaming because this is like if you hadn't witnessed this, would you think this was a man? My God, man. I like how this guy just walks off. He's just like, oh, okay,
Oh, is that
your
the whole
problem,
thing?
asshole.
Was that the whole thing?
Yeah, that was the whole clip. That's all I have of it. And the people were saying the same thing on there. It's like, oh, why'd you have to shoot this guy? He was unarmed. Ooh, it's always the same thing. They're just, you can't defend yourself. Why did you defend yourself? Why didn't you just let this guy punch you? Why didn't you let that guy run out of a car and hit you with an axe? What's wrong with you? It's like, really?
Well, you can't sue because he did a proper defense. He backed away. He backed away. He backed away. He warned them, and the guy came and he shot him.
Yeah,
He
the
was in
guy
his right.
rushed at him, man. He wasn't like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That the guy has a defense case because the guy backed away, gave the other guy all the opportunity to get away, and when he felt threatened, he shot him.
Got what he deserved. I don't know if this guy's alive either, but
If he's yelling like that, then he didn't get in a vital organ.
Yeah, he'd be dead.
yeah,
Yeah,
he probably got It's probably his shoulder and collarbone are in pain. That's probably what he's screaming like that.
Yeah, probably hit a bone.
All right, well, that's our show pretty much.
Yeah.
Like to thank George Peter Gatzis and Denali for joining.
Yes.
Don't know where Risey is. Mayor McCheese, thanks for showing up. And that's it. See you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
We got to celebrate our differences. We got to celebrate our differences. Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo. We got to celebrate our differences. Nacho taco, chimichanga.
Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. Kleptocracy. The guys who are the kleptocracy.
No! My ball! You got issues, lady.
Get out! Get out!
Come on, dude.
Get
crazy.
out!
She's crazy.
Get out! Stay out!
That's what I thought.